Welcome back to the hottest marriage show in the world. It's I, John D. N.
Kanika,
a.k.a. In Too Much Podcast. How you doing, my love?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking. How was your week?
It was a monster. But, I guess I took over some of your responsibilities, and so I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did a lot of driving, a lot of running the streets, taking kids here, there, and everywhere. It's not pleasant.
Yeah.
I don't like being in a car.
Well, my week was filled with a lot of parent conferences, and I love parent conferences. That was a joy. I got to meet a lot of the parents, and we're on the same team, so that was pretty cool. Just trying to show them the type of teacher that they're getting, and I think for the most part, it was really successful overall for, I guess, the parents to get their eyes on who's teaching their kids math and why is he so nice. It's pretty cool being a teacher, not worrying about moving to the next position in life, like chasing a dollar amount or administrative forward in life. So I feel so relieved that I can be honest with them. I'm about to get a good analysis and try to fill in those blind spots I was talking about before.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a good week for me. I mean, it was long. It wasn't long. I lied. It was long as far as the number of hours I was at the building.
Yeah.
But overall, I felt like it was necessary. And I understand why those days are necessary for teachers to meet, the parents. I just looked at it for the first time in a different way. Before it was just a haze. Why am I out here?
That's true. Hey, but you know what? When I'm the parent at the conference, I don't even think nothing about that.
I know.
I'm trying to go in there and get this information. Give it up.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, I was selfishly just wanting to be home with my family.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I used to be like that too. Because I used to feel like, and I don't know how many people, my friends are a mixed bag when it comes to parents. But I always wonder, like, am I having this conversation with this parent and it's really just a formality? Or is what I'm saying going to matter and there's going to be a change? Because I don't know if I've ever talked about that. I used to be a math teacher, but it was like I had one student, and I think I told you about this. We were in a conference, and this was a student that was a lot of trouble here and there and everywhere. And we're like running out the information. It's like a team conference. And we're like, this is what they're doing, da da da. And the mother was like, what? Oh, we're going to talk about it when we get home. And the kid said, don't do that.
Oh, what?
I was like, he was like, don't do that because you're not going to do anything. So don't do that. And the parent she was taken aback because she was ready for her role. She was like, camera on. What? I'm going to take care of this. And the kid was like, cut.
Wow.
Look, when the kid just said, and it was so simple, they were like, don't do that because you're not going to do anything. And I remember sitting in that conference and I was like,
took all the power of whatever you thought the mother had.
Took the wind out her sails.
Oh my God.
It took the entire room. The teachers understood the situation. Like the rest of the year, we know what it's going to be now because the kid let us know that it was all a front. And after that, it led me to the point where I was like, so what are these really for? When you come in, like I know some parents who are friends who, when they go in the conference, they're trying to explain what's going on at home. The teachers are explaining what's going on in school and they try to make a plan. That's best case scenario. Then you have the other ones that come in and they're like, oh, I'm going to take care of it. And then the kid comes back the same the next week and you're like, okay, so what was that for?
So I think I understand. Like the parent is just doing the best that they can.
Mm-hmm.
Like no parent is, I guess it's just natural to say like, don't be embarrassing me. Like, you need to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But like, what do you want them to say? Be like, hey, I need some help out here. I'm struggling. You know, what do you want me to say? You know, I'm really trying, but I know, you know, it's not working. What do you want them to say for you to be like, they be acting like it? Because you just be calling them out like,
there's no reason why we're coming to this conference, Miss Lewis. I don't want them to say that. But you know, I guess, I don't know. Do you want the honesty? Do you want to know that when you're coming into this meeting, it doesn't really mean anything? Or
no.
I don't know.
No, with me, I guess now I need to know, look, if you know that I'm going to be this type of teacher, I need you to know a part of parenting is going to require a little bit more accountability for you to ensure that this kid is getting this practice. Because if we expect a kid at that age to say, you know what, I'm going to take accountability and come on, you know, our job is to ensure that they're doing it. So as a parent, you have to follow behind, because if you don't, like,
yeah, it's a team effort.
It has to be. Is. So that's the reason why, to me, in a parent conference, I need them to know the type of teacher I am. And like, look, I got kids at home myself. And if I'm putting this effort into your kid, like, you have to like do your part, because kids are going to be kids at the end of the day.
I think the other part of it is that it should be the parent-teacher-student conference. Because even though the student is sitting in there, how often do you hear the student coming forth with anything? Like, can you tell us what your challenges are? In all of this, does this sound like it's going to help?
Yeah, I guess that would have to be a planned one, because this is one of those.
You got to run
7 minute.
That's true. Like, oh, yeah. Conferences are different in that sense, too, because when we had conferences, it wasn't like, it was like 30 minutes, but it was all 5 teachers. But a lot of the times, all 5 teachers had the same concerns. So, yeah. Okay. Well, being a parent.
You know, and I'll say this, I met a lot of the parents, and it was kind of cool, like, just to see how far the apple.
Oh, yeah. Because that'll let you know, too. You're like,
it gives you a lot more empathy, because you understand, like, I mean, like, it's tough. And if you can understand that it's tough, like, the kid shouldn't be going through a tough situation, but he is or she is. So I think it makes you a better person if you can empathize with a kid who can't control their environment. So to me, you know, it's cool. Like, so, like, I learned a whole lot, and I got to praise a lot of the kids. Actually, I praised all of them.
Okay.
You know, there is not one kid that I wouldn't praise at all. There were some kids that I had to say that we need to work on specific areas a little more, but overall, everyone was praised easily.
Okay. Because you know, you have those certain students that you like, I cannot wait until your mama get here.
Yeah, but you know, it's more so to, like, if you do that to a kid, I'm just sizing the kid up. Like, did he say that to his mother?
What? He can't wait till you.
Like, my teacher said this. Because you'll learn more about a kid if they didn't say something. So to me, like, I do that just to size a kid up to see if they have the relationship, because you know the type of effort you got to put in. If the kid tells the parent, they have a better relationship than a lot of kids. You know, like, if you have, like, if a teacher said, John, I can't wait to see your father, I won't tell my father that at all, because he's going to be mad going in then. Hopefully this teacher forgets. But if you have a good relationship, you're not worried. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, my teacher said they can't wait to see you, but, like, you know who you are. You're like, look, oh, I can't tell my dad that one.
No.
So it helped me to understand, like, because, you know, kids still get whoopings.
Yeah.
You know, I do my best to not say anything that could cause that, because I know that whoopings are no longer the answers for any behavior change.
That's true. That's true.
Now, for no kid, like, they can just get used to it or numb to the situation, but that creates a different trauma that they have to develop and deal with. Well, not develop, but have to, like, counter and deal with when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some abuse is, I guess, shown differently. And hopefully, we can come up with different ways to parent, because some of these kids be like, man, my father gonna kill me or my mama gonna whoop me and all of this. And I'm like, well, that's not what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
Like that ain't even my style.
Yeah. I just want you to give me these papers.
Yeah, just turn.
I just want you to turn in these papers. Look, if you could do that.
Look, and I try to make it where they can just build enough confidence where they can get on a roll. But they just have so many other things that they're thinking about. So hopefully, I just keep planting the seed and I keep breaking into this soil, and some of them will take it with them. But I'm going to try my best to get cold at it. I promise.
Good. Help somebody.
For sure. Hey, what you want to talk about today? I forgot about why we even came out here.
Now, why you do that? I don't have nothing.
You don't?
No.
Well, I do. What age group should be concerned to avoid this disaster we see in our age group?
Gosh, that's heavy, calling it a disaster.
Well, nobody wants to be single in our age group right now. Nobody says, you know what, I can't wait to be like middle 40s, single with no kids or not in a relationship, still searching. That's one of those things. Because that's like, just imagine, like, if you already, like where we are, we don't have to worry about that.
Well, I think it's hard for me to speak on some stuff like that.
Well, what I'm saying is, this is what I'm trying to get. What can we do to help a younger generation from possibly ending up like some of our peer group?
And that's why I was going to say, it's hard for me to speak on that because I didn't really date at all. Like, coming up, I didn't date. So understanding how people navigate through the dating process, I can't really speak on it. To be able, like, I had high school boyfriends. Then I was in college. I had no boyfriends. I didn't want to have any. Then I met you, and we were kicking it. That's what we used to be talking. We were talking, but I hadn't gotten into a relationship after you and I met. And I didn't date anybody after you and I met. When I went to grad school, I was all about school. When I came out, I was still all about you. So when it comes to finding the right way to sort through all of this stuff to not be single at this age, I couldn't tell you because I was kind of caught up in this stuff so early on in the game. I don't know anything about. I think that's one of the things about talking to some of my friends who are older and dating, and they had to make me understand, like, you couldn't even possibly understand what we're facing out here. It was like a war. You can't help. You can't possibly understand what we have to deal with out here to be able to give advice, because it is nothing like what you dealt with and you never had to.
Yeah.
So it's like me trying to tell a farmer how to farm. I don't necessarily know how to cultivate no nice harvest of a husband, because I was in there getting the little hard seedling that had the little deformed potato with the little spuds. I was the one who did that. Like, I got you from the beginning. I didn't get you as you were fully developed into a person. So now, when you get into your 30s, you're a fully formed adult with an idea of the path you want to go in. And so is this a fully formed adult? I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah.
I know how to navigate through something with somebody and
so what do you
survive.
Think? But okay, so how could you've approached it differently then for the group? Like, what groups do you think need to be worried about being too independent or failing to find somebody that they think they need? Like this expectation that they need to have this, and this, or...
We used to laugh about that because in college, like, my friend, she had like this laundry list of all the things that had to be. These were the qualifications. Them check boxes got shorter and shorter as we hit from the 20s to the 30s to the 40s. That little checklist got pared down, and I think that it's important to not get caught up in the superficial things. But I can't even say what's superficial because it's different for each person. Like, it could be superficial for somebody to say, well, I need them to work out and be fit.
That's not superficial. I think that's more healthy.
There you go. So you could look at it as, no, this is a priority to me because I'm thinking about the health. Somebody else could be looking at it as, well, I just want them to have a flat stomach and, look good in a bikini or,
That's
it's like, and superficial can go into like, I don't know, even like their dental work versus, I know there's certain things that make people attractive or not. I just wonder, like, you can't really speak on, well, you shouldn't focus on that because you don't know why they're focusing on it.
For sure.
And these things are important. And, I don't think that I have the ability to do that. What do you think you would say, having talked to so many men?
I think that we chase ghosts.
Ghosts.
Yeah, like it's several ghosts, like they interchange, like what you'll be willing to deal with. And I think like when you are looking for a relationship, I'm just thinking about the way that I was navigating, I think there's a net, but I think the way that I was navigating life, it was like something that I was looking for to just, this is the one. And I was like, I don't know at what age made me realize it wasn't going to ever have that, like this, people would be like the love at first sight thing. And I was like, that can't be real. And then I was thinking like, I remember I used to like think about the young lady that I told you I was in love with growing up. She's still fine today.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, if she saw me, it could be love at first sight. I was serious, and I was 10 years younger than her. But in my head, I was like, I don't even think that would even matter because it got to the point as I grew older, I was like, well, she's having relationship problems, right? She seems to be like a regular person.
Yeah.
So it kind of like the looks kind of fizzled out. Like she's just beautiful. Like everybody have their own problems. And I was just like, what could I do to counter that? That she just got to be smart. Because if she can be smart, that means we can always talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks always played a role, but I'm saying like, it wasn't as like, you remember you used to say like, a trophy or they look different, the other women. And I was just like, none of that mattered to me because I already grew out of the one that I really loved.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Halle Berry, everybody. That's who I was talking about. But, after she was gone, it was like the looks never like,
yeah.
And I was like, she was always beautiful to me. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, after I got over her, I was like, none of that matters. I want to know if we can have really good conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you smart, to me, you could talk about anything. Mm-hmm. So that's how come I was that was my beauty. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody be superficial on what everybody wants something to be beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like yeah, like to me, like look what we have now. This is something beautiful, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, like if I was superficial or whatnot, and I was like, I would have looked past the coldest part of you.
Oh, yes. We want our brain to be the coldest part of us.
No, for sure.
But I'm cute.
Beautiful. Without a doubt. But I'm just saying the way that you made me feel, like you the one brought this stuff
I
up.
think looking at a pie chart is just a change in the weights of how certain things, like you do want to be physically attracted, but intelligence and the ability to carry conversations and
that was heavier.
That became a larger portion. I get it. I understand.
No, but I'm saying you can't possibly think like I didn't think you was like attractive enough. But I don't understand you. Like you the one said, I don't understand why you found me. Why you want to be with me? Because I love you.
So yeah, let's not get the idea that I don't think I'm cute. I do think I'm cute, but he did have a look in college. The girls that I knew of that you talked to, they had a look. So, and I wasn't that look. So that's why I said that. Oh. But yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyways, you're like cold.
Thank you. So, yeah.
But so to me, like, I just think that if men knew that it was more than that superficial look you're talking about, because it's so much more like, oh my God, the stuff that I've learned about, I just feel like I'm a better human being because of the way that we've got here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, you know, and I guess I can definitely understand what you're saying, that men do still look at that. Friends I have that are dating, like, I've still heard that men will be like, but send more pictures. Send more pictures of you. Okay, well, then I want to FaceTime you. I need to see, because I need to see if this is the same person I'm seeing in these pictures. It's like, dang, I mean, the conversation ain't nothing. You don't like what I'm talking about? Like, dang. But, I mean, it's still, you know, I was watching this other guy. I don't know if you've seen him, but he was mentioning it online. He was like, you know, these guys talk about women and what they want them to look like, and you know how their wife has let themselves go. Like, y'all dudes don't ever look at how you've let yourself go or what you look like. You don't think about the passes that your wife or your partner has given you as the years have gone by, and look beyond it. And they don't ever look at you critically and look and be like, look how he let himself go. Like, he better be happy I'm still looking at him. But look at these other people, these other men that look way better. Like,
because our messaging is bad.
And the women that I talk to, we have conversations. We don't talk about stuff like that where we be like, like, I wish I was looking at John when we was on the beach, and I was like, golly. That would have never been the situation. That sitting on the beach and be like, tell them to get out the way. You see these men over here? We don't do that. And he laughs because they do that. Look.
So I've heard things like that before. I don't do that. I haven't ever done that. Ever. Yeah. No, I can honestly say that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
No, I mean, I know that's regular.
Yeah.
But to me,
that's wild to me, though.
Well, that's what I said. Like, the messaging we got, I understand. Like, we believe. For some reason, we think we still in high school, like we still got it.
That's the thing. It's like the dude thinks that he still looks the same, and then be like, look at how she.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, we're arrested development in that portion of our growth, I think. Like, we haven't matured enough to be like, none of that matters. Like, we're supposed to be like right here, but we still looking like we still got it. Like, and some people really want to relive their youth because they gained confidence as they got older, and like, you know what? I'm gonna go back into this time period when they just never matured. They're still there.
That's amazing to me. That y'all get to live in fantasy worlds like that all the time.
That's the only thing that's what I think the problem is. When you said, what would you say? That's what I think, the fantasy idea.
I wake up.
Yeah, and I think that it would be easier for relationships to probably grow if men knew that we're the hiccup. We are, because I believe all women want a good relationship, right?
They do.
So men gotta want that too.
That's true.
I don't think all men like they want it the way they want it.
Well, you know, and let me backtrack and say I want to make sure that I don't act like all women, because some women are traumatized in a sense where they aren't. They're
not, but I'm saying at some point that's what they wanted until somebody took that from them.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying men create this fantasy of what they want it to look like.
Yes.
None of them says, you know, I can't wait to get in a successful relationship and have fun and just like, it was all, it's so dependent on so many different things. Like, we're going to travel the world. I'm going to do this and you're going to do this and she's going to look like that. And we're going to get our nails done together. And like, it's so like, it's fake. Oh. Like, if you're going to live like that, you got to work toward it. You don't just get into the groove. And you know what the most difficult part of that process is? Getting to know each other, because everybody always wants to bring their best version, but they don't want to reveal the bad parts. And I think that's the reason why men want it to look a certain way, because they don't want to reveal their bad parts. And just from my experience.
Or do they know that they have bad parts?
I think we all do, but we don't realize that they got to come to light if you're going to grow, or you're going to be stuck. And and you'll see where people are. What?
You just put a little song on my heart.
What's that?
You remember But they say if you want to be somebody, I was just thinking, if you want to be with somebody, you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Y'all got to get it together.
For real.
Well, hopefully they do.
Well, I mean, that's what I said. I'm going to work on communication for the remainder of my existence so that I can show men how to enjoy the relationship in a different perspective, because the other perspective that I used to have is so narrow-minded that you have to just know that you're going to lose playing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be building inside the house, but you'll feed in the street.
Oh. Speak.
You so shit.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I agree.
So, like, but you only know what you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, at some point we got to get to a point, and this is it's valid and it's true. When you don't have someone model something, it's very difficult for you to pick up that ability and be able to do it. But at some point we got to get to that generation where that's not going to be and I hate to use the word excuse, but that's not going to be the excuse as to why relationships are not going to be able to develop.
The hindrance.
Yeah, we got to get out of that. Somewhere we got to move out of that. So maybe it comes in the conversations for this generation to make it action in the next one. So
I think the only way, though, like you said, if people have better conversations, I think they are less likely to waste their time with people that they don't need to be with.
Yeah.
But anybody you want to give a shout out before we get out of here?
Sister Act 2 for my song. That was on my heart. No, but nobody for real.
Shout out to all of my students, all of your students also, but especially my students, because they know that Mr. Lewis is out here trying to get better. I promise. Y'all make today better than yesterday. Don't worry about anything you can't control. GATA. Get after that action, or that action will get after you. Be great on purpose.